there. We are here in beautiful Boulder today. We're going to do a pose breakdown. We're going to talk about birds of paradise. So ideally birds of paradise would be kind of at the end of a long series of flow or dancing warriors or something like that. Today it's just about 5, 6, 7 minutes of just how to actually get into the full pose, and then you can kind of insert it into whatever variations and whatever flows that you already have going. So let's start in a prasarita forward fold here. So I want you to take your legs really wide. I want you to take an inhale, fill up, and exhale, just fold forward for just a few moments here. So start to get into the hamstrings a bit. Maybe sway the hips a little bit. All right, make sure the quads engage here so that when you fold up and over, you feel your hamstrings start to light up a bit. Let your head drop. And then inhale, come to your fingertips, find a little length, halfway lift. And then exhale, bow in, drop your chin. And then again, inhale, halfway lift, flat back. And then exhale, drop the chin, let it go. And then take your hands to your hips, roll your shoulders up and back and start to lift all the way up to standing. So we're just going to prep a little bit through a warrior sequence. I want you to take your right toes out, pull your left toes in a little bit, and start to bend the knee. And then push it back, and then start to bend the knee, and start to push it back. All right, once you find your edge a couple times there, I want you to bend your knee to where it feels comfortable and pause. Draw your belly towards your spine, and then start to feel your tailbone drop down towards that ground. And just trying to find a little bit of space in the hips here. Good, roll the shoulders up and back, free the neck up. And then reach your arms out for a warrior two. So make sure that you can even take your elbows up a little bit, bend, right? Let the shoulder blades fall down your back and then reach back out. So inhale in warrior two and then use your exhale to settle in a bit. And then your next inhale, reach the front hand up and back, reverse, find a little space in the right side body. Good, and then exhale, extended side angle. You can take your forearm to your thigh, your hand all the way to the ground. Otherwise, that left arm reaches up. And then over. Keep drawing that left shoulder blade back. Keep looking up towards the sky. So again, just giving your hips a moment, breathing into some space. And then when you're ready, we're going to start birds of paradise on this side. You're going to half bind the left hand. Make sure that left shoulder rolls back. Now check it out. We want to make sure that the shoulder keeps rolling back and the heart stays open. To full bind, if you have to come all the way down here to catch, right, and then open up a little bit, I would suggest maybe just staying in a half bind situation here, rolling the shoulder back, working the space in the heart, okay? If you can reach under, grab those fingertips, roll that left shoulder back, this is where you're at. Now take a big breath here, fill up. Good, and I want you to look down at your right toes. I want you to take that left foot. It can hop up once or twice maybe, and I'm going to turn to face the camera here. Now you're going to get really light on the ball of your right foot. Right? So your work here is going to be to drive the left leg down, right? As if you're going to stand right up on that left leg nice and straight. As you start to roll the left shoulder back, roll the heart open here. So most of us, I want you to think about drawing that right sit bone underneath of you to find the opening in your hip here. Now most of us might stay here. This might be a dandy option for you. Or some of us will start to extend that right leg straight. If you extend, I suggest reaching through the ball of your foot, roll that right sit bone, lift your heart space up, okay? Now take a breath here, and on an exhale, you're gonna come out of it just as much intention as you came into it. Maybe back into extended side angle, find a little opening, find a little space. And then exhale, hands to the hips, straighten that right leg out. Other side. So we're going to pull the right toes in, and the left toes are going to reach back. Now again, just a couple breaths here, finding a little space, breathing into it. Whew. Shoulders stay back, belly stays lifted. And then once you find what you think your edge is, I want you to pause for a moment, reach your arms out for warrior two, roll those shoulders back, lift the belly up. Now we talked about it in the last pose breakdown, to make sure that knee is over the second toe on the left side in this example, right? That right foot is really strong. Press into the outer edge of your right foot, okay? Now stay for the breath in, feel the opening in the hips. Inhale, flip that front hand and reverse that warrior. So breathe into the side bodies here. Roll the heart space open. Inhale. And exhale, take the forearm to the thigh, almost like you're going to catch some raindrops there with your left hand. Reach your right arm up and over. All right, roll that right shoulder back. Breathe into the hips. Breathe into the Boulder sunshine, yeah? Take an inhale. And then exhale, my right hand is going to half bind. Now maintain that right shoulder back, that right side of the chest open. Take the left hand, see if you can find those right fingertips, okay? Now look down at your toes. It's going to help with the balance. And with one step, maybe a couple, irrelevant how long it takes you to get up there. I'm going to turn to the mirror here. There's no mirrors out here, right? Turn to the camera. I'm on the ball of my left foot. My work is to lift my heart space as I drive down into my right foot to get me up, okay? Roll that left shoulder back, roll that left hip open. So I'm more concerned with a really tall spine here, less concerned with how straight that left leg goes. The left hip will open up eventually. It takes a little time, okay? Once this feels okay, if this feels comfortable, if you want to start to extend the foot out, you can. Okay, take a couple breaths here. And then exhale, just as much intention. Coming down nice and slow. Replacing that foot. Dink. Step it on back. Take a breath. Extended side angle. Open it up. Right hand, right hip. Straighten that left leg. Turn your toes in. Give yourself a big length of the spine out. And exhale, forward fold. Now this time, inhale, halfway lift, flat back. I'm going to show you a different way to get into it. I want you to heel toe your feet together so that they're about hip distance apart, okay? I want you to bend into the knees a lot. I want you to take your right hand through your legs to the outer right hip, lift your right heel up. Right, so we're coming into the same bind, just a little bit of a different way here. Stay for the inhale, fill up. And then exhale, again, you're going to drive through that left foot, lift your heart space. Lift your heart space. Lift your heart space. Roll that right hip under, lift your heart. Good. Take an inhale. And then maybe straighten that leg. Exhale. Right. Take a big breath here. And exhale to come all the way down and out. And release the bind. Good. I'm going to flip around so that you can see that bind, okay? Super flattering. But I want to show you here that when you come into that forward fold, the left hand comes on this other side here, right, all the way around. And that right foot, or I'm sorry, the right hand is the one that comes through. So there's your bind, okay? So we're going to work the other side, right? So this time the left arm is going to come through, lift the left heel, find the outer right hip. So at this point, my left heel is lifted. I'm going to find my bind, find my fingertips. You can even bend that right knee a little bit on this side. Take an inhale, drive through the right heel, lift the heart space up. Right? Okay. Roll that left shoulder back, roll the heart space open. Okay. Stay here, extend, you know the options. Keep drawing that left sit bone up underneath of you. And exhale, slowly come out of it. Hope your ground is a little bit more stable and flat than mine, yeah? Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, guys. Exhale, bow the body, let it go. And then this time, just come up nice and slow. One vertebra at a time. Okay. So your work in Birds of Paradise is to really start to find a really controlled, really stable bind. For some of us, a full bind, even an extended side angle, it's just going to take a little bit of time, take a little bit of space in the shoulders, across the heart. And this one especially is a lot of hips, a lot of hamstrings. That's why I wouldn't try this one right out of the gate. I'd put it after a Dancing Warrior sequence, or maybe even after a full class and you're nice and warmed up at home. Okay? Let me know if you have questions in the comments. If not, hopefully we will see you guys another time. Pose breakdown, Birds of Paradise. Thanks, everyone.